Welcome to Life Devotions. I'm Robert Maasbach. Jesus said, "Are you a wise and faithful servant of the Lord? Have I given you the task of managing my household to feed my children day by day? Blessings on you if I return and find you faithfully doing your work. I will put such faithful ones in charge of everything I own." There is a reward when we stay faithful to what God has given us. 27 years ago, almost 27 years ago, on the 13th of April, I married Virginia. I knew and I know today, I knew it then and I know today, that God gave her to me. Friends, there has been opportunities when there was pressures in life that I could have just walked away and said, hey, it's not worth it. But such thoughts would be sinful to me. Why? Because God had entrusted her to me. See, it's like that little bitty lamb that God says, would you care for it? Would you take care of her? You know, so many times we say to God, give me this and give me that. But how about we are faithful over what He has given us? Because the Lord says that if we are faithful over the small things, then we will be entrusted with more. God has entrusted me with more. He's given me my 2 sons and my 2 daughters. And I tell you, I feel so rich today with what He's given me. There's so many other things He's given me, but today I want to talk about family for just a moment. You know, there are things that perhaps you desire from God and you pray for. But are you thankful for what He has given you? Are you faithful over what He has entrusted to you? Do you make the best of it? Do you make it beautiful? Do you make it excellent? Do you live to see it prosper? You know, I believe that God would have you go home to your family and make it beautiful, make it wonderful. Take care of them, love them, serve them, encourage them, lay down your life for them, be friendly, be kind, be positive, be encouraging to them, so that every day they live in the sunshine of your favor, not in the dark clouds of your displeasure, of your frustration and irritation. That's not what God's asked you to do for them. He's not asked you to be angry and upset and unthankful and ungrateful and complaining and negative. Those are not the things that make for life and godliness. Those are the things that deplete the good things of God. We don't want to take away, we want to add to. I want Jesus to be able to come into my home today and look at how I'm treating Virginia and Joshua and Zachary and Mariah, and that He smiles and says, you're acting just like me. You're such a sweet, kind, loving blessing to them, that He can be pleased with what He has entrusted me, that I've been faithful with it. And I know that if I'm faithful over what He has already entrusted me to, He will give me more. And you know something? I really have an expectation of many more things. Jesus Christ, and I'll close with this thought, He came into God's house and He saw a man there with a crippled hand. And He was so moved with compassion for this man that He said to that man, stretch forth your hand. I mean, it just came in His heart to want to do something to help that man. Stretch forth your hand. I mean, he spoke it in faith. And as the man stretched forth his hand, the power of God came and caused that hand to become healed. And Jesus, He said to those who questioned Him about this, He said, listen, I can of myself do nothing. It is what my Father shows me that I do. And my Father loves me. And He has shown me to do this. And I know that He will show me even greater things than these, that you may marvel. You know, I believe that it is the Father who shows you what He's given you and says, this is what I've given you. Love it and bless it and do good for it. Be moved with compassion for it. And as you live this way, you're going to be so full of expectation of more and of good things to come.